It is a truth universally acknowledged that a Janeite in possession of an income must be in want of a Jane Austen tour. So yes, everyone, I am going on a Jane Austen tour of England, and I am so excited. I've wanted to do this for years. I've been planning to do this for years and years and years. So the trip is a number of months away, but I am so excited and so thrilled. I'll be going to England with my sister Emma. She is not the sister who has a YouTube channel. That is my sister Sarah, and her channel is Sarah Hannett. So excuse me, I will be going to England with my sister Emma, and we are really thrilled. We're going to be seeing all Jane Austen's houses, her, her birthplace, her, where she was buried, everything. And so I'm super excited. This will not be my first time to England, but the last time I went to England, it was on a school trip. And so I got to do a lot of wonderful things that I loved, but I didn't get to see nearly as much Jane Austen as I wanted to do. And just a side note, I didn't really even realize that I'm kind of wearing like an outfit a la Lizzie Bennet from the Lizzie Bennet Diaries with the plaid shirt. So I didn't even mean to do that. That just kind of happened. Now, as I said, I'm not going for a few months, even though the trip is all, booked and everything. But I have some preparing to do for this trip. Now, here's my Jane Austen collection. These are her 6 major works in the Winchester Austen edition. Winchester is where Jane Austen died. And then I've got a smaller Penguin Classics edition with Lady Susan, the Watsons, and Sanditon. I have her Juvenilia on this end. And then a few other nonfiction and just like fictionalized Jane Austen stuff. So, I have read all of Jane Austen's works, her, all her novels, her Juvenilia, her incomplete novels, like all of it. But it has been about 2 years since I have reread her major works. So I'm like, it is time to do that. It's time to reread them again. So I've read Pride and Prejudice like multiple times, like many, many times. And I've read the rest of them at least twice, maybe more. So I'm really excited to dive again into it. And I'm going to start with reading Emma. And the reason why I'm going to start with Emma is because of the new Emma adaptation that is coming up in a couple days. I'm so excited to go see it. So I thought, let's start Emma. I'm going to be starting it either tonight or tomorrow, rereading it again, and it's going to be delightful. Now, if you're curious which ones I like the best, which ones are my least favorite, I have made a video with my cousin Naomi. We are both Janeites. I'll link it below, where we rank Jane Austen's novels in order from least favorite to favorite. Now, I am also really excited because I am going to reread the Watsons and Sanditon again. Now, I read Lady Susan not that long ago. I reread it not that long ago, and Lady Susan actually isn't my favorite. I know a lot of people love her, and it's a brilliant story. I know that it really is, but it's just not my favorite. So I am going to reread the Watsons and Sanditon, but I'm not going to bother with rereading Lady Susan or the Juvenilia for that matter, because I've only read the Juvenilia once, and that was not that long ago as well, so I'm good for that one, but I might go back and reread that some other time, maybe after the trip. But yeah, another incentive to read this is that we will be seeing a production of the Watsons on stage. Now, the Watsons is an incomplete novel, of course. It has a really promising beginning, though. I love it. So we're going to see a completed version on the stage. Another incentive is that the Sanditon TV adaptation by Andrew Davies has been coming out. I watched the first 4 episodes, however many episodes have aired in North America. I have watched those, and there's so much mixed reviews on it. It's hilarious. Some people are just they're bashing it and they hate it, and you know what? I didn't have high expectations for it. Like Sanditon is incomplete. Like I did not have high expectations for it, so I'm just enjoying it. And I wouldn't mind a second season happening, although that might not happen because it hasn't been very popular so far. But if anybody who makes those decisions is watching, I wouldn't mind another season. So that's my vote. Now, another aspect to this preparing for my trip, my Jane Austen trip, my journey to Jane Austen, do you see what I did there? Is that I am going to read more Jane Austen nonfiction. So as I said, I have read some Jane Austen nonfiction, like this one here. Really enjoyed it. It's called A Walk with Jane Austen by Laurie Smith. And Laurie Smith was dealing with some mental health problems and some health problems in general. And this is about her trip. This is a true story. This is about her trip to England, seeing Jane Austen's England, and it is a really good book. I really enjoyed it, and it also kind of points out some good places to go to. So I highly recommend this one. But yeah, I want to read some more Jane Austen nonfiction. So of course I have to start with What Matters in Jane Austen by John Mullen. Katie from Books and Things has talked about this book so much, and I'm like, it is about time I read this. So I purchased it. It's on my Kobo. I'm going to start it probably right after I finish Emma, or maybe I'll read them in tandem. But yeah, so John Mullen, he is so wonderful. If you should like watch he has a few talks on YouTube here, and they are so good. Like, I laugh my head off watching his talks on Jane Austen. Like, they are riveting. I really enjoy them. The next one I'm going to read, so I'll probably read one nonfiction a month. So for February, I plan on reading John Mullen's What Matters in Jane Austen. For March, I plan on reading Jane Austen at Home by Lucy Worsley. I've heard so many good things about this one as well. And, you know, if I'm going to her homes, it would be really cool to, like, I'm going to Jane Austen's homes, it would be really cool to read about all those details in the book ahead of time. So yeah, here is something for you guys, what you can do for me. If you know of any like great Jane Austen nonfiction or Jane Austen biographies, let me know. Put it in the comments below. I would love to hear what you guys are into, what you're reading. I know of lots of great Louisa May Alcott biographies and nonfiction, and I'm sure I know more Jane Austen that I can think of. Like what's one that Katie from Books and Things also recommended? What Charles Dickens ate and Jane Austen knew. I think that's what it's called. It's half Charles Dickens, so I would prefer to have just Jane Austen, but you know, that one definitely sounds interesting too. So yes, I would love to hear your suggestions. Let me know and I will get reading them. Yeah, so that's all for today. I'm super excited to begin this journey to Jane Austen. I will hopefully be making video updates as I finish the novels and as I finish the nonfiction. So yeah, it is about time that I reread. I have finished. I read all her novels by the time I was 16. Like, before I turned 16, I'd read them all. So I need to get back to them. It's been a couple years since I reread them, and I'm just so excited to dive into the wonderful world of Jane Austen. So yeah, let me know down below, what is your favorite Jane Austen novel? I'd love to hear what it is, why it's your favorite, and yeah, maybe you're like me, and maybe you're not. So it'll be interesting to hear what you have to say. So anyways, that's all I have to say for now, and may you all be filled with peace, hope, love, and joy. So take care, everyone. Bye.